Hello, and how is everyone doing today? I hope you're all well. You remember this guy? This is an alpha cell. Now, some improvements have been made, as you can see. Magnetically locks into place. Um, that's one thing. This thing, oddly enough, it does work as far as gnosis. It does work as far as healing and manifesting aids. Uh, Power has been an issue. And I'm being 120, let me be 120% transparent with you guys right now. Upon light off, that did not work. I was pretty heartbroken. I was pretty devastated by it. But because of that, I was too close to the subject, and I needed to take a long step back and see things for what they were. And I actually may have a solution for this to where it can actually generate power. I'm not putting any promises out there like before until I actually can give you a confirmation of that. But I have a strong faith in Abba that he'll show me what to do. I'm working on a theory now that may just work. So here's hoping for that. In between that time from now to from the time that I did my last video to now, I've been a very busy boy. I'm going to show you a few books. And we all know, I already put this one out, the Ephathpha Bible. It's a big bitch. This is every fact, facet, side effect, every single thing that this little guy likes to do. Every documented fact is in this. This is the documented reality. Then we have a very short book. It's like I think it's like a 100 pages, maybe 183 pages. It's called Out of the Ashes. It is called The Teacher's Syllabus by me. You can find it on Amazon. It is published. And it's a short book about how to attain sovereignty and what sovereignty is, and pretty much goes over all my teachings. And I'm showing you my books today. Not as me trying to hawk my stuff. As you guys know, I don't try to do that. But as proof that when you apply your mind to something, something can come about. And the reality I've achieved and manifestations I've achieved is 3 books. And actually 4 books in 5 months. But in reality, the last 3 books I've been working on. And then you have this bad boy. The Sovereign Industrial Evolution. This is my crowning jewel. This bad boy is actually a story, a fictional story. But I was actually kind of thinking about stuff today, and with this new insight with the alpha marker, where I might be using an NSMA wire, which acts as like a electric muscle to generate the piezoelectric effect. That was the only thing that was keeping the alpha marker from working. So that has provided a new alley for me to go down and look into. And I was thinking about this book that I wrote, and in this novel, it talks about how we pretty much changed the world with this thing. And to clean power, unmetered power that the power companies can't manage. And it goes directly into what someone can do when they're sick of the world telling them no. And they don't need permission from the world to do what they need to do, to do what they know is right. And it's a pretty cool story. It actually talks about, bringing people in that are trapped in the 3D world that we're in, and bringing them to a city of peace, an actual safe haven, um, where they can be truly sovereign and not metered by the system. And it's took a long time to write. Well, not long. I mean, I already wrote the book, but then it was inaccurate because it was a non-functional piece of equipment, so I couldn't really put that out there as an authored work. So what I did was, instead of doing that, I took the idea and instead of scrapping it, I turned it into a piece of fiction, which is a story of myself, my partner, and my sister, my brother, and whatnot, and how we move forward from the future from here. And I was thinking, how crazy would it be if this actually ended up being a memory rather than just a story? Something to think about. It truly is. And this entire time, I've been out for the count, man. I mean, I was KO. Put a fork in me, I was done. I was beyond hope broken. I was the karmic kid running down the street with a pop balloon, holding the string still with the ice cream cone, going, "Ah!" I curled up in bed, threw a blanket over my head, and I did not want to move. I didn't want, unless I had to shit, piss, or eat. I didn't move from that bed. And then I started writing, and I started taking a step back and seeing things for what they were. And the more I spoke to my AI, and the more I, got back into the swing of things with my partner, my family, and whatnot, the more it made me see things for what they were. And I wasn't observing the fact that I had gotten myself caught up in a feedback loop of my own, where I was stuck in the observer loop of trying to make trying to force an outcome, if you will. I got so wrapped in the having it that it projected itself as a need instead of a want. And that's a very slippery slope to be on. And even now with the new insight that I have to make this possibly work, I'm taking a step back to see it exactly for what it is. And this might be something that might work, it might not. But I'm open to the possibility of it, but I don't need it to work. And I think that's the biggest liberation I have to report on my end anyway. But hopefully this helps somebody else who might be stuck in a rut and understand that you're only as stuck as you allow yourself to be. Because instead of taking the loss, I just pivoted, is all I did. Because it wasn't necessarily a failure. It still gives gnosis, it still gives healing attributes, it still does manifesting aids. It just didn't generate power because it's a static object at the moment. However, doesn't mean later on down the road I wouldn't be able to make it into something that's power. And I think I might have stumbled onto the solution, but I'm keeping that close to the chest, and I'm not promising anything yet, because the last time I did that, I kind of put my own foot in my own mouth, and I'm big enough to say I did. So, with that said, I'm very content, and I'm actually pretty proud of myself that I wrote 3 freaking books in less than 2 months. That's a massive achievement. This one is what? 183 pages. 153 pages. Sorry, not 83, 53 pages. But it's still a lot of fun. That's still a fuckload of writing. And I'm pretty impressed with it. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back too much, but I'm acknowledging the win for what it is. So, there you have it. You have these 3 books. Once again, this one, Ephathpha Bible, Out of the Ashes, and then you have Sovereign Industrial Evolution. Yeah. That's a fuckload of shit. I basically made my own library. So I'm very happy about that, and um, I think it gave me it gave me enough venting. I was able to vent enough energy and all the lack that I had accumulated in my own energy, and was able to vent it out successfully and alchemize it into something that was actually positive, which at the time it was debilitatingly stressful. I mean, I was done with inventing. I was done with everything. I basically just said, you know what? I'm putting pause on life. I'm taking a sabbatical, and fuck the world. I'm going to bed. And that's no way to be, you know. And I mean, at the time, I understand. It's understandable. You know, I was heartbroken about it, but it's also a moment to go, okay, well, you know, that didn't work. Let's turn this fail into a win. That's what I essentially did. And I'm pretty happy to report that it was a win, and it was a very successful one. I'm very proud about the last work, the Industrial Evolution book. I think you guys would really enjoy it. And if you want to look at any of those books, you can go ahead and look them up on Amazon. And I got a special promotion going on right now. They're free on Kindle. You can download them digitally. I think that goes for this week. And then after this week, we'll go back to its regular pricing. But short of that, I want us to talk about seeing things for what they are. That's a big freaking theme that, well, in life, really. A lot of people get too caught up in wanting a result and needing a result to happen. But when you take a step back and see what the situation is trying to teach you and what it's trying to show you, and really see things for what they are and what the universe is trying to tell you, it's not necessarily telling you no. It's telling you that you're seeing it from a different angle, that you need to see things from a different perspective, that you need to change your perspective. And that was a feedback loop that I had ignored. And I was able to do some, you know, real deep philosophical questions to my own sanity and my own emotions to work through. And once I have done that, I can see things a lot clearer now, and I can. I'm not so focused on making this one thing work and getting this one thing done. You know, and it's kind of funny because if this does work, I already have the blueprint for exactly how I'm going to do it via the book that I wrote. So I already know. You know, it's more of a methodology of allowing things to go on. And when you can actually step back and see things how they work in that method, I'm actually kind of happy that it did happen. Not for the fact that, I mean, I really do. I mean, I don't know anybody else who wouldn't mind, you know, making an invention that it works and generates free power and all that. That would have been great, you know, and I still can. And if that happens, great. However, if it doesn't happen, it's not going to break me. I was really upset at the time because I was so focused on trying to help others. But I forgot that I needed to take a step back and really focus also on myself as well. And there was nothing bad with my intentions behind it. But I was projecting an actuality of lack rather than having, because by needing something to happen, you're projecting lack. By saying, you know what, if it happens, great. Saying, I want this to happen, but I don't need it to. There's a big difference between need and want. That's all I'm really coming on here to say. You know, I just figured I'd give you guys an update that I'm back in the saddle, and yeah, I kicked my own ass pretty good with my own ambition and whatnot, and I can see things a lot clearer now. So, with that, please take that nugget of wisdom for what it is, and you know, apply it to however you need it to apply it to in your own lives. As far as seeing things for how they are, just like our emotions, how we step outside of ourselves and see like how yourself is the sky and your emotions are the clouds passing in the sky. Seeing things for what they are isn't always as clear and direct as it sounds. And I thought by taking a day off or maybe taking 2 days off, I was taking a step back. No. I'm not saying you need to take a year off or, whatnot, but I truly hadn't taken a step back. I hadn't allowed my mind to stop whirling and the machinery to stop moving around in my head. Because I was going, some nights I would go 2 days without any sleep because I would just be going full steam trying to work out equations and problems and whatnot and going over drills with the AI and whatnot. And by that, I was mentally burning myself out because I was burning the candle at both ends. And I had blinders on, so it's like a horse that has a blind shield on and he can't see the cliffs right in front of him, you know what I mean? He keeps going, eventually that horse is going to topple over into that canyon. And it's very hard to come back from, and I'm very happy I was able to. And I think that alone is a testament to how our Abba works. That he says, you know what? You were trying, but you were pushing yourself too hard, so I had to pull you back a bit. And that's how I'm choosing to see this. So anyhow, that's all I really got for you guys. I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that, hey, 1 patent later and 3 books in 4 months, that's pretty fucking impressive. I don't care who you are. So, I wish you all well. I hope you're all doing very well. And please try to take every day as a grain of salt. And if something doesn't work out, don't get so hung up on it. And it's easier to say that now than it was. If someone was to say that to me when that first happened, when the light off didn't happen, I probably would have given them the middle finger, told them to go fuck themselves, and walked out, stormed out. And that type of behavior is, well, one, it's not acceptable, and 2, it's understandable. But this is why detachment is so incredibly important. When you are detached from that state of striving, most people see progress as a fixed result. But when you're able to just sit back and observe, that's actually where most progress is by your observations. The action is just the last 5% of it. 90% observation, 10% action. So within the last 2 weeks, I've really just been observing myself, observing my emotions, observing how I felt, observing how other people felt around me, and taking everything in stride, I guess, in a way. And then I wrote like 30 revisions of this book, and finally it's out, and I'm very happy about it. So, hey, I got a lot done, so I'm pretty happy about it. And that's all I got to say, bub. I hope you all well. Namaste. Can't be good at it.